All right. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday morning. I hope you had a great weekend. All right, let's talk. Big opening again for the stock market. Now, let me focus on this for a couple of minutes. Stocks now in a run up. The fiscal flows are positive, okay? And I have been talking about that, and I understand those positive flows are lending support to the economy. Ultimately, they lend support to the stock market. I have been raising some concerns about the slowdown in bank loan growth. And I sent out an email to MMT Trader subscribers last night talking a little bit about that. I presented a number of charts from total bank credit, total loans and leases, consumer loans, commercial and industrial loans, auto loans, all showing the same pattern, a very precipitous deceleration in the growth rate, not the overall outstanding amount, but in the growth rate. And it's the whole thing is curious to me because loans being the bank's largest earning asset, when that slows down, you'd think it would reflect in weaker bank stocks. We have not seen that. Now we know in the fourth quarter that banks were able to kind of shore up their earnings through trading, but those were the big banks. I'm not sure if the banks can continue to report very strong earnings on trading alone with loan growth decelerating like it is. But we'll see. And I also postulated in that email another reason for why loan growth has been slowing down. And I'm telling you, it's not like, if you've seen those charts, it is not like a slow, gradual fall. We are looking at a precipitous fall, like literally falling off a cliff. You're talking about a 40% slowdown in loan growth since basically October. So pretty interesting there. We saw in the American Association of Individual Investors, their weekly survey, which comes out every Wednesday. Last Wednesday, you had a bump up in bullish sentiment. But still not above the historical average, but close. You had a drop down in bearish sentiment, which brought it down below the historical average. So not a lot of bears. And you had a jump up in neutral sentiment, people moving into the neutral camp. That too was above the historical average. There's nothing to make of this. I mean, the market now is still running on this kind of excitement about Trump. Last week there was the announcement. He said he's going to come out with a big thing with the tax cut. I broke some of that down. I sent out an email. I believe I even did a video here about sort of the sketchy details that have so far emerged with respect to that tax plan. Big things. Some of it just doesn't make sense to me, and I spoke about that, but we'll have to see. Right now, everybody is hyped up. Everybody's very optimistic. We're seeing a pullback in oil today, which I totally expected. Okay, we got last week that huge inventory build, and then the market ran up because there was an announcement of OPEC sticking to its cuts. But look, the market is oversupplied. The market is oversupplied. And I spoke about that drop in gasoline demand, 5% negative year over year. I mean, we do not see that in normal. That's a recessionary demand statistic. That comes during a recession. Now, just on a more of a mental game note, people, you just gotta stay in control of your emotions. Stay in control of your emotions. For those of you who went through the 2008, 2009 financial crash, that was gut-wrenching. That was not just gut-wrenching in the sense of, hey, look what's happening to my portfolio, look what's happening to my stocks. That was gut-wrenching in the sense, what is going to happen to the economy? What is going to happen to the world? That looked like Armageddon. That was serious. I mean, that was a serious, serious situation. It persisted over a long period of time. It was frightening. It was scary as hell. I mean, it really looked like a massive, we were going to plunge into a massive, massive depression. And that could have happened. I mean, it took them a while to figure out what to do. They finally figured out what to do. So if you're in a situation now where this is, affecting you negatively, if you're in positions where this is affecting you negatively, this is part and parcel with what happens with markets. I mean, you have to be able to handle this. You have to put everything in perspective. As tough as this might be for you, let's say you have an SDS position on, or let's say you're short the S&Ps, right? Because we were looking at certain things. As tough as this is for you, you are faced with only two choices. You can throw in the towel and quit and, cut your losses, as I spoke about last week, which is a fallacy, okay? Because that implies that you know the future and you do not. And if you happen to cut your loss this time and you think that it ends up working out because the market keeps going and you think you've learned something from that, you have not. Or the other choice that you have is to toughen up, to rise above adversity. That is the key to this game. I cannot overemphasize that. No matter no matter how much analysis we do, no matter how much thinking we do, no matter how much we try to understand who are the players in the market composition, the fundamentals of the market, technicals, looking at charts, all of that stuff is secondary to being able to handle the rough times. I mean, if you cannot handle the rough times, all of the aforementioned things, all the things I just spoke about, the technical analysis, the fundamental analysis, understanding MMT, market composition, who's in the game, all that stuff is out the window. It will not help you. It will not help you. No matter how hard you think this is nothing. There are things in life so far beyond however difficult you think this is that this becomes a joke. I spoke about this so many times, or I speak about this, the framing of what's going on. Have some perspective. Your life is not over. You are not dying. You are not suffering from some terrible, terminal, life-ending disease. It's early, man. It's Monday, all right? Give me a break. Please, have some perspective. Stay in control. Rise above adversity. Gain some mental toughness. Look at this as an opportunity to work on your mental game. Build some resiliency, okay? Anti-fragility. That's the way you look at this. Don't stare at the market. Oh my God, it's going against me. Oh, it's going to go against you. Every time you do something, in most cases, it's going to go against you. That does not mean you cannot make money on every single trade. Learn to deal with it instead of cutting and running and panicking and not being able to sleep and all this other stuff. Seriously, there are so many things in this world far, far, far more difficult and painful and demanding than what we are doing right here. This is a game, okay? This is a game. Yes, real money is involved. And as I've said in the past, if you did not overexpose yourself, which, by the way, is not mental game, okay? That's gambling. That's wanting something too fast. That's impatience. That's lack of maturity. If that's what you have done, then nothing I can do will help you. You have put yourself in that situation. We control the outcome, not the market. If you are not in that situation and you are panicking and you are freaking out, then you need to get a grip. You need to get a hold of yourself. You need to calm down, go do something else. All right? Everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. Believe me. The markets are pushed around by, and I've shown this time and time again, you have to trust. You have to trust. The markets are pushed around by thousands, millions of market participants who have no clue, no idea of what they are doing. Classic herd mentality. Where were all these people? And I said this last year. I said there's going to come a time when we are selling and everybody else is going to be buying, because you remember last year when we were buying and everybody else was selling, the market looked terrible. It looked horrible. How many times we went through these 600-point down moves, the Brexits and all these other things. All right? And now we're here. You got to have trust, patience, alignment, detachment, discipline, and trust. Trust. It works. Just get some resiliency. All right, I'm working on MMT Trader all day. I won't be able to do another video until later on when MMT Trader goes out. If you're on the MMT Trader list, you will be getting it. I'll be sending it out via email. You could check the site, pitbulleconomics.com, and click on the tab that says products. You'll see a link there that says current and back issues. If you want to sign up for the 30-day free trial, you'll get today's issue, plus you can get all the back issues right there on the site, pitbulleconomics.com. Click on the tab that says products. You'll see a link there that says get the 30-day free trial. See everybody later. Calm down, everybody. Calm down.